Now that we have found key features of functions using a graph, we are now going to find those key features in a table. So the goal of today's lesson is to find intercepts, increasing, decreasing intervals, and positive, negative intervals given a table. You should title your notes, using tables to find key features part 1. It is page 7, and your goal is what I just read, to find intercepts, increasing, decreasing intervals, and positive, negative intervals given a table. And this is fairly easy and straightforward. To find the intercepts, for the y-intercept, you're looking when x equals 0 in the table. And for the x-intercept, you're looking when y equals 0 in the table. Sometimes you might not have those values in the table, so you have to do a little bit of investigating with the values that you're given in the table. And we'll do a couple examples of that. Increasing intervals is when the x values where the y values are getting bigger, and the decreasing intervals are the x values where the y values are getting smaller. Positive intervals are the x values where the y values are positive, and the negative intervals are the x values where the y values are negative, and this depends strictly on the table. So you can't make a lot of assumptions about what's going on if the numbers aren't in the table. So taking a look at page 8, we are going to be using tables to find key features part 1, and we're going to find the intercepts, increasing, decreasing intervals, and the positive, negative intervals in the given table. Here's table number 1. So the first thing we're going to look for is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is when x equals 0 in the table. So when x is 0, that whole point is your y-intercept. To find your x-intercept, you're looking down your y values for when x is 0. I'm sorry, you're looking in the y column for when y is 0. That would make this point also be your x-intercept. Now we're looking at our y values to see if they're increasing or decreasing. So from 100 to 81, we're decreasing, keeps decreasing, keeps decreasing, keeps decreasing until we get to 0. So our decreasing interval, we can go ahead and assume, because the x values are counting by 1, that the whole, if you keep scrolling up on the table, it would be from negative infinity to 0, that the y values would be decreasing. On the other side of that, from 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, it's now increasing. So the increasing interval would be from 0 to positive infinity. Let's take a look at the positive values. So all of these values are positive. So we get here. All of the values on the other end are still positive. So our positive interval would be negative infinity to infinity. The lowest that this table is going to go is 0.